Coming at you.
First thing I fucking hear is that cable. Just
Playing this in.
What is up, everybody? This is episode 58 of the Finger Poke of Doom podcast. You can follow us on Twitter at FNGR Poke of Doom. Keenan's flipping off his cat. You can follow us on Instagram at Finger Poke of Doom podcast. Wow, what a week of wrestling. Yeah, it's been about a week. If you hear noise in the back, it's we have a fucked up cable, so just sorry. We'll refund your Patreon money.
Yeah.
Get right back to you.
Yeah. It's been a great week of wrestling.
Oh no.
Just a great week.
Great 2 days.
Yeah, pretty much it has been a great 2 days.
I suppose, yeah.
Cool. Well, yeah, all right. Everybody's really excited about this. Hell yeah.
There we go.
You got a bang over from wrestling.
So if you don't know, if you've been living under a fucking rock somewhere, Wrestle Kingdom happened, and it was magnificent. It was sexy and juicy.
As always, the show delivered on every level.
It always does.
It does. I think I mentioned it the other week, but going into this, on paper, it wasn't looking as good as the previous ones. But you knew that it would still deliver. And the more I sit on it, the more I loved it, the more I enjoyed it. And I went to my buddy's house, and it was his first time watching a New Japan show in its entirety. So that was really cool, too, to be able to experience that with, like, a new fan.
Yeah, that's always great. I went up and went to my friend Daryl's house, and we had two other friends over, and they've never watched one of them never seen New Japan, period.
Okay.
And both of them have never woke up at 3 a.m. in the morning to watch a 6.5 hour event. Like, I looked over and one dude was literally open mouth, like sleeping.
Oh,
And
really?
This was from the tag match to the end of the Okada match.
Oh, wow.
Just open mouth sleeping.
He just like...
That REM sleep.
Yeah, like I kept waking him up like, hey dude, the Jericho match, and he was like, oh yeah, I love Jericho. And about halfway down the entrance, I look over, he's just like,
Back up.
he's like, yeah, I loved him. I was like, damn. I wanted to wake up like, god damn, he pulled a knife on him.
He
He fucking killed him. I said it.
I said that's how Jericho was going to win.
Yeah, I said it. Jericho was going to just gut Omega. This happened.
Just stab him.
It literally, every podcast you listen to this week and probably the next week, all they're going to talk about is Wrestle Kingdom, and we're one of them. So
Mm-hmm.
You have to.
Yeah.
It's like trying to. It'd be like not talking about WrestleMania.
That's easy.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? It's like it's one of those like.
Right. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
So before we get into that, I've got some hot takes. Keenan's got two, and Brian will just listen to them, I guess.
Yeah. We'll see if I can come up with any.
My first hot take is, why in the fuck are NFL fans doing table spots in the parking lots of football games? Brian, hit me. You like sports.
I think I saw it today as a clip. I think Buffalo Bills fans, and those fans are just fucking nuts as it is. I don't know if it's those Buffalo winners, but we get them too. But I can't say I have ever been put through a table in a parking lot or a tailgating party, or put anyone through a table.
I just watched a clip of a man who seemed to be in fairly good shape, looked like the Ultimate Warrior, go to jump off a truck, and a guy was supposed to catch him for a diamond cutter, and he just landed face first into a flaming table.
Table.
Yeah, dude, they're lighting them on fire.
Yeah, they're
now.
lighting the tables
Oh
on
my
fire.
God.
Now-
Alcohol, man, it's a hell of a thing, huh?
Do you think that wrestling Twitter will worry about their wellness? That all their CTEs that they will be getting?
Or are you hoping that, or are they hoping that a wrestling organization will see them,
Right?
like CZW?
Do you also think that
They'll be at next year's Tournament of Death.
Yes.
Buffalo Bills versus the Oakland Raiders, just two
Tournament of
psycho fans, they should start doing Tournament of Death of football fans?
They should.
To
I would
the
watch
death.
it. I would not
To the death.
I won't participate, but I would definitely watch it.
Also, do you think that if Buffalo Bills fan that was wearing Ultimate Warrior get up pinned the Buffalo Bills fan that was supposed to catch him for the diamond cutter, that people would complain that the diamond cutter Buffalo Bills fan should have won?
At least half of the people would complain.
Yeah,
I
he
guarantee
should have
that.
won. It was his time. Put him
It was
over.
just- oh boy. What's this? Is this a parallel to something else that happened recently?
Yeah, Twitter.
Yeah.
All I've seen, even are you on those Facebook Classic Puro boards and stuff?
Yeah, I am.
All I saw. That's it.
This is people complaining.
Just fuck. Naito should have won. He should have gone over Okada. And every time someone says go over, I imagine him just jumping over him.
Just leaping, like one more leapfrog right over him.
Yeah, leapfrog right on out, brother. And it's
I
just,
wanted Naito to win.
I did
but,
too.
I mean, it was an incredible match, and I don't know. I'm fully confident that things will continue. I think it was forgot who it was. I think someone in the Voices of Wrestling said, wait and see, because if Okada continues to draw and Naito continues to be as hot as he is, then what's the harm done?
But my question is,
He's almost so hot, he's almost like a baby face now.
who? Naito?
Oh,
Yeah, it's
Oh, yeah. Oh, especially now.
yeah.
Oh, definitely.
So my other hot take is Lance Archer, pro gamer, Call of Duty or Halo.
Call of Duty. I'm saying Call of Duty because they get a little more.
Racial on
Yeah.
that?
I'm gonna say the original Halo, like the classic Halo, and he fucking jams nothing but Pantera while listening to it.
Oh, he definitely listened to Pantera.
The edited version of Pants.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
the
he's a-
Walmart version of
He's a giant Christian. I forgot about that. Nothing against that. I'm just saying that he doesn't listen to music that has cussing in it.
I don't does it because he cusses in the ring all the time.
Well, I mean, he does what he does. That's all.
I mean, I bet now he's listening to that he's got the album with the parental advisory sticker right on there.
Oh,
just
shit.
jamming it.
That's what he puts up when mom comes over. You know what? That dude is huge and scary, and
Oh, yeah.
I love him. Got nothing but
Definitely.
respect for you. My gamer tag is hit me up, dog.
I'll play on an old server.
He's actually he's doing an independent show up here next month that I'm probably gonna go check out.
Will you ask him? Just walk up to him and just say,
I'll ask him,
Call
just
of
a
Duty
gamer
or
tag.
Halo.
no, just say it just like this, like Lance Archer, pro gamer, Call of Duty or Halo, and then
Just see what he says.
just see what he says. And as soon as he says anything, just walk off.
Just walk out.
Well,
don't even
I'll tell you
acknowledge
what,
it.
and you just leave.
Be like, well, that's all I need to know, Lance.
Right. I can live stream it for you guys.
I like to think. So a few things about Lance. Well, maybe I should save it for.
Yeah.
I'll save it for the Wrestle Kingdom.
Save it for the tag match.
Those were my hot takes. Keenan, what were yours?
Mine. One of them's from both of them. No, one's from Wrestle Kingdom. Why didn't somebody call the cops? Because there was a man being murdered.
My God, what?
There was a man
We
being
watched the
murdered.
different Wrestle Kingdom.
No,
Yeah.
I'm talking about Suzuki almost murdering Goto with
Oh
that,
my God.
with that joke.
He was beating the piss out of him.
He
Holy
hung
shit.
him,
He hung him.
and there was like a blood vessel broke in his eye.
Yeah.
and I
Why
was
didn't
like,
somebody call the cops?
I'm glad
I'm
they
convinced he was
Griffin, you were
legitimately
there. Why-
passed out.
Why didn't you call the
did.
cops?
Oh yeah, I'm convinced he was passed out for a
was
hot
out.
second.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think Suzuki knew that he was putting it in as
Yeah.
deep
Oh,
as
he
was-
knew what he was doing.
I wouldn't be
He's putting
surprised if it was
deep.
planned. He's like, yeah, just fucking choke me out, dude.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Hey, yeah, get me in there and kill me. Kill
You
me
psycho
dead.
son of a bitch. Just kill me.
You got a crew full of weirdos and killers. Just kill me dead.
Take me out.
I like how Suzuki Gun or Goon or however you want to say it
Whatever.
is half full of people that can just beat the brakes off your ass, and half of people who take off their pants.
Yep. Suzuki will beat the shit out of you. KES will beat the shit out of you. Saber will fucking break every limb you have. And,
And then
Taichi with his snap away pants.
and then Kanamura will spit whiskey in your face. And you know what Taka will do? He'll lick the whiskey off the ground.
And he'll have
And he'll spike his
and he'll
hair.
have the like this.
Yeah. Taka's still that dude.
Oh, yeah.
What was your other hot take?
Why?
Into the mic, son.
Why
Here it is.
is there?
Drum roll.
Are they doing the intergender tag matches on WWE?
Great question.
Why?
Oh, my God.
Don't know. Now,
Don't. Yeah.
It's being gold with all the people trying to come together.
yeah,
I've seen that.
I like
the
it.
Asuka and Goldust thing.
Are they a team?
No, he wants to be a team, and like she was like
That's
doing.
because they're both 205, or
I don't know. She was like doing her like stretches, or
I
she
saw
was like
that,
doing,
yeah.
and then he was like, she's like, "Blah, blah, blah." I was like, oh Lord. And then the other one,
because he's androgynous.
and then the other one, she told him that he wasn't ready for Asuka.
Oh. God! Oh, watch out!
And then the
Yowzers. Did he go like?
all I've seen is the one where it's Alexa Bliss and
Who's her teammate?
Braun Strowman.
Oh, well, okay.
And somebody
wow.
put a brazzers.
Oh Jesus,
Have you ever seen
that
his,
was bound to happen.
Have you ever seen his nipple spacers?
What?
His nipples are pierced,
Oh yeah.
and he puts
Is
spacers
that-
in them when he wrestles.
Does he really? Oh
Yeah,
my
that's a
God.
true story. I'd like to think that he's got a Prince Albert too. He just
Oh, no doubt.
pisses 3 ways. Check it out. Here's my hog.
Country strong.
You ever see?
And-
I can't think of the name of the town he's from, but Doc Gallows one time just kept calling it different
Oh,
names.
it's like
Shelby's tit, West Virginia.
yeah. Clarissa's clitoris,
Yeah, it sounds like,
North Carolina.
Yeah.
Something North
he's
Carolina.
like, I don't appreciate y'all talking about my hometown.
But the whole thing, like, I don't understand what it's about. I don't understand where it came from.
I got one question. Will men wrestle women in this tournament?
No. No.
It's the mixed tag,
It's a mixed
not
tag.
intergender.
Yeah, it's mixed tag, not intergender. I'm sorry.
Wait, what's the
Yeah.
difference? I'm not.
When it's
Intergen-
mixed tag, as soon as the guy tags the girl, the other girl has to come in. There is
Yeah.
no world's cutest tag team.
That
It's-
is awful.
it is.
That's so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And why? Here's a bonus one.
Boner point.
Why isn't WWE pushing Rusev to the moon?
Well, maybe it's not his day.
No, it's his day.
Every day is his day.
Every day.
Maybe he could go over someone. Just jump
It
over
is.
someone.
It's getting so popular that Wendy's
Oh, I saw that.
is
yeah,
tweeting.
Yeah. That's because he used to work there.
Yeah, he's like, as a former Wendy's employee, like, we'll have a
Illegally.
good. Yeah,
He worked there as an illegal immigrant.
he's like, have
Oh,
a great
really?
Rusev day.
Yeah, he
Oh my gosh.
said he had some, like, on Jericho's podcast, he was saying some shit like, he's like, I lived here for like 5 years. He's like, he's like, with no identification. He's like, oh, you just didn't have an ID. He's like, it was illegal.
Oh man.
And I was like, oh my God. He's like, I slept on the floor of a hotel and all this crazy shit.
Oh,
Now
shit.
look at him.
Yeah, look at him now.
I wouldn't, because wasn't he like an Olympic powerlifter?
I don't know if that's true or not, but I know that he was
Oh.
moving some weight for sure.
What do you,
It might well be. I just maybe
or not
didn't pay attention.
powerlifter, like a rower or something.
Yeah, he was
Wow.
something.
Beef
But man,
Beef
he is.
slammer.
But he is like. I'm glad he's with Aiden English, and it's giving
That's
him
a great
something.
great tag team.
He
I
is
really
an
like it.
intergender.
Aiden English is.
No. They put
Rusev and
Lana.
Lana, yeah.
Yep,
And
they
Lana, yeah.
But what? So
It's Ravishing Rusev Day.
so
That's-
it's Rusev and Lana.
And it's,
Alexa
I got it
Bliss.
right here.
Yeah.
And it's
Oh, good.
it looks like Apollo Crews and Nia Jax. Then Jimmy Uso and his wife was Naomi.
That's Uso Penitentiary right there.
Oh yeah. And then are they the wardens of the Uso Penitentiary?
I believe they
That's
are.
what they're the wardens. All right, that's what I assumed. No, wasn't.
So she's
couldn't
the
confirm
correct.
it.
She's the CO.
Yeah, she's on the staff there. And then Balor and Sasha Banks. It looks like.
yeah, and both Balor and Bailey wanted to be together.
Oh, okay. And then Rude and Charlotte. I think that's all of them.
What they need to do is, because it's not over, obviously, they're probably going to have like 8 teams or 16 teams, 12.
Yeah.
11. They should have 11 teams.
Yeah, 'cause
Just-
it's like-
just one off team.
It's quite a few week-long tournament.
They should have
For what? Just for bragging rights?
I guess bragging
guess
balls.
so,
I
yeah.
don't know. They should have Bailey just team with like the Undertaker. Just someone completely opposite of her.
Oh my god.
What if Bailey teamed with Mr. McMahon?
Oh my god.
That
be
would be
awesome.
so sick. And Mr. McMahon came out to the da 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 da.
and he's
Apparently, they comes out to Eve 6
Yeah.
or whatever. Whatever you know.
But yeah, I didn't understand what it was, and I was just like, well, why?
That was Third Eye Blind, not Eve 6.
They're not blind.
Oh, yeah.
Never let me go.
They're still a good band.
All right, that was
One-
episode 58.
Here we go.
fucker.
But yeah, I just didn't understand like what the whole thing is about it, and
It's not even on the network. They're doing it on like
Facebook
Facebook
Live.
Live or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Which-
because Facebook Live's gonna get pushed as the next format for a more YouTube Live-esque thing. They're gonna
Okay.
try and separate Facebook Live as a whole thing itself.
As its own thing.
well, they definitely
yeah.
need to police that a little more.
I don't think they should.
No,
I think it should be
they
hardcore
really should.
bondage porn.
No,
Content.
not the
Me, yeah.
not
you,
the news.
You Google frosted tips jack-offs. I don't want to hear about it.
not the thing, not the news story I heard a couple months ago.
Yeah,
I
whatever.
want him to. I need him to.
Watch out, right
police
wing
that.
over here.
No, no,
No.
no, no.
Oh.
Fucking
It was
asshole.
a terrible story.
Anyways, yeah,
All
it's
right.
that's what they're doing.
They need to do it on tout in 15 seconds.
Tout
Tout it out. 15-second rounds.
15 second.
Brian Danielson, or excuse me, Daniel Bryan would be so excited.
Oh, he wants Tout to come back. In
I
every
bet
way.
you that AJ told him that Tout flew off the side of the earth.
Oh, I love that fucking clip
Oh,
when
God,
he's
it's
like,
fucking
I don't
great.
know. Did you know that this guy thinks the Earth is flat? Just out of nowhere, just
And you know what's
busted his
funny?
balls.
It's like obviously AJ was not ready for that. He's just like,
Mhm.
yeah, well, you know,
It's
this
like-
guy has Velcro shoes.
When
Well,
you're getting,
alright, some stuff.
yeah,
It's like,
whenever you get like you're getting roasted by your friends, and all
Yeah.
you can do is just make fun of their laughs. Like, oh yeah,
you all laugh stupid.
Change the subject.
Remember that one time you shit your pants in like third grade?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, no one else forgot. No,
No one
but
else
seriously, it was like, he's like, yeah, this guy's a flat earther, and AJ was just like, well, and what's wrong with that? The gay community?
Oh my god.
That's the worst thing I've ever heard. Not really. That's not the worst. Michael Elgin's apology is probably up there.
Oh yeah, I read that today.
Woo! Not helping yourself, son.
Nope.
As soon as he
Just
did
stop
that,
talking.
yeah, she posted a bunch of more conversations.
Oh my god, yeah. Just
Yeah.
all the screenshots with the messages. Holy
Like,
cow.
we get it. He's a shit human. He should just stop talking.
Mhm. That's the thing. Whenever anybody fucks up and when they should just stop talking, they don't. They keep talking and make these apologies, and it just digs deeper.
I bet when he's probably just like, I could probably just smooth this over
Mm.
if I just say I'm sorry another 10 to 15 times,
Oh
but
boy.
word it differently. And then it's like, here's number 13, and there is a screenshot of me trying to fuck this girl.
Oh,
Fuck me.
checkmate.
Yeah, I was reading it today. I was like, oh, God, stop.
You were reading the text in the car.
I
on
was
the
just
way
like,
to
oh,
get Lily.
Lord. Just not helping yourself. Anyways, move on from that.
All right.
So,
Brian, you got any?
oh, he said no.
He did.
I don't know. I don't have any hot takes. Nothing
What-
hotter than those.
These are hot pockets right out of the fucking oven. You don't even
Just
let them cool them down. You bite on them and scold your tongue. Can't enjoy the rest of it.
Did you try to eat the rest of it? It's hot.
Might as well just try to jam a straw in it. Let's see.
Do they make vegan hot pockets?
They do. They're gross.
Do they really?
Yeah, they're gross.
Does Hot Pockets actually make them, or is it?
No, Tofurky makes them.
Oh, okay.
Hot pockets themselves are gross.
I had food poisoning because of one time. It was the worst.
Ugh.
I honestly think that you can't be any more disgusting as a human by eating hot pockets. Like, are you saying they're so good?
No.
Oh, like you can't get a few things you can get lower. Hot Pockets is right on that list of like, I see you eating it, I'll cringe and delete
Some
you.
microwaved Hot Pocket.
Yeah, you just microwave it right on a paper plate.
Oof.
It's all good.
Eating dry ramen. I've done that one.
I've done.
on
Hey,
tour.
put peanut butter on that on tour, and it's good.
Oh my god, I had a buddy who used to eat dry ramen all the time. Then we gave him shit, and so he started bringing ramen cooked in a plastic bag, like a little Ziploc bag.
God!
And we'd make fun of him. He goes, "It wasn't even like soupy or didn't have any of the seasoning. It was just
dry.
the cooked noodles in a Ziploc bag."
That's all right. I'll go ahead and confess that I was too poor, and I couldn't go out and buy spaghetti noodles. But I had spaghetti sauce and ramen noodles, so I took the ramen and boiled them, and I was like, "Oh, they're the same thing."
Oh,
Boy, it was like pasta soupy chicken noodle soup.
Ugh.
It was just like a soupy pasta. It was just like, you know what? I ate the whole pot because I was
No
starving.
shame.
I was starving, and I was like,
Was this the time that you'd rather buy a 40 than eat?
correct? That is 100% correct. I ate.
That you would want?
rather buy a 40 than eat.
Oh my god.
I also ate dried beans. True story. I just put a
Coming at you, people.
I'd take a handful of them and just ingest them. I wouldn't bite them or anything. I'd just
pretend
swallow
they're
them.
peanuts.
Like pills.
Yeah, and I'd shit them out. Literally, just like
Oh.
whip, whip. It's like my stomach acid wasn't strong enough to break that down.
to
It's
break
like,
them down.
Ryan, I know we've met on because of Facebook and Instagram. There's some
there was some
doozies, I believe.
there was some dark times in my life.
Oh, sounds like it.
Yeah.
Oh,
30 rack, go to work,
Oh yeah.
don't sleep, go to work,
Yeah.
come back, another 30 rack.
There's a whole summer where I literally lost my mind. But yeah, I probably kept Pabst Blue Ribbon afloat at that point.
Before the real
But yeah,
the,
before everybody.
the
This was like
hipsters really got a hold of it.
2009, something like that.
okay.
Lost my
That and
goddamn
Evan Williams.
mind. Evan Williams, the shittiest, cheapest whiskey. Well,
All right.
from one shitty cheap whiskey to another, let's dive into the New Japan Rambo.
Oh boy.
We were all fucking wrong.
We
all
were.
of us.
It was
Didn't see that
no-
coming.
No. Hey, shout out to Chase Owens for like
Oh, yeah.
eliminating people. I was like, wow.
Right? And, they gave him a nice little rub there, giving package
I didn't
pile
get to
drivers.
I didn't even get to watch it at all.
Well, who
When I
cares?
started the feed,
Oh yeah.
it wasn't there.
Did
Oh,
it
so you
just-
started
jumped in
to-
live?
Oh, because,
It just automatically went to the
because it was a pre-show deal.
Yep.
I got what you're saying.
so mine automatically
lucked
went
out.
to the juniors.
Because Kitamura said he was going to be the big dog, flex his guns towards Bushi, and Bushi just could give a fuck less.
Right.
He was just in the corner like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm on the pre-show,
Yeah,
brother.
I'm on the pre-show, and I should be somewhere else.
Like, I'm getting my paycheck, getting the fuck out.
I'm going to go take all 365 of my working masks and just bounce. I follow the guy who makes Bushi's mask on Instagram, and it's fucking rad.
Nice.
Anyways,
Yeah.
let's see. For a hot second, I thought Cheeseburger was winning, and I was
Oh,
screaming no.
They fucking love cheeseburger.
Oh,
over
they
there.
do.
Shout out to Cheeseburger. I know you listen, bud. I know you listen. I was screaming no 100%. No,
Oh, man.
no, no, no.
So-
Wait. Who is this old guy? Thank God.
Now, does he win? Is he going to get anything, or did he just
Nah,
win it?
I think he just won it. That was a
Didn't he come back from like cancer?
yeah.
Yeah, he
had
was an
cancer.
old UWF guy, and he
Yeah.
had cancer, and I know I think he was buddies with Takayama, so that's why at the end, after he won, he put on the Takayama shirt and they played the Takayama music.
It was tight. That was cool though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. That was a good feel-good moment. Like, I had no idea who he was. I had to look all that up and find that out, like that he was, other than the big UWF on his pants. That's the only
As soon as
giveaway.
he
But
came out and he came walking out and he got in the ring, I was like, "Who the fuck is this guy?
Mhm.
Like, how the fuck would I know who someone at UWF is?"
yeah, I never
Don't worry.
watched any UWF.
Don't worry. All the Twitter marks told me.
Oh, they told you.
They were just like, "This is such and such."
UWF from
Japan.
okay.
Yeah, not the Dr. Death Steve Williams or whoever. Terry
Okay,
Gordon.
because that's what I keep thinking. Like,
And
like Terry Gordy.
And if you actually knew who he was, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's tight because I literally didn't. But I feel like
Mhm.
someone went to cagematch.com and figured it out real fast.
yeah.
Like,
That's what I did.
yeah, oh shit, that's exactly what I did. I was like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" But
But no, that was really cool at the end with the Takayama music and the shirt. you
Yeah.
know. Little feel good moment.
I really-
Especially for people who knew who he was and
yeah,
followed UWF more.
I really thought we were gonna get like an actual winner, and that's why I was like, "Oh, Kojima's like Final Four,"
Oh yeah.
and then
Because it was Kojima Tenzan, Cheeseburger, and then what was it Kakihara? I think his name was
sure,
the UWF guy. Yeah, they were the final four.
yeah, and I
So,
was like, "Oh, we're gonna get Kojima. It's gonna be Kojima and Cheeseburger at the end,"
Cheeseburger.
and he's just
Give
gonna,
a shout tie right to Kojima to send him flying.
yeah, the senpai of love.
hmm
That's such a great moniker, though. I don't get.
Senpai love.
But then the show starts off, the beautiful show that it is, with a banger of a match,
Mhm.
Young Bucks versus.
Now, was their
Show and Yo.
entrances really blue? Because I think the
can't
way
remember.
that, because I was cooking and like
Mm.
I would watch and then come back,
yeah.
and their entrances just looked extremely blue. Maybe it's just the way my angle of my TV was.
Probably
Yeah,
was.
I didn't notice
It looked pretty normal everywhere else
Okay.
on the earth.
everywhere except for your kitchen.
Yeah,
Yes.
and the match was awesome. It was it was a really good match.
Awesome way to start up the show.
Yeah,
Mhm.
this was one of maybe the entire card of everybody going like, I really wish
Mhm.
why did they need
Getting
it?
mad.
Oh,
But I mean,
7 time. Scratching their neck beards.
No, neck beard. Stop back and think it. Like, yeah, Roppongi K, they came back in a big way, won the junior titles right away, won the tag team tournament,
Right.
showed everyone they're here, they're not here to fuck around. They're here to take care of business. But over the past few years, who's the top junior team in
Well,
Japan?
yeah.
And it's been the Young Bucks, and they just weren't ready for them yet. They're not at that level.
It's always been.
I'll tell you what, they can sell like fucking crazy. Those
Oh my
back,
God,
they're
yeah.
back.
Oh man,
That was great
That
too.
was
I love
brutal.
the back selling. Like Matt took that huge bump on the outside, then Show did, and
Yeah.
just both teams like selling their backs and like actually, just telling that awesome story, which is super refreshing to see the Young Bucks do, and that's how they work in Japan now. I mean,
Yeah.
they're like, we're not just fucking spot monkeys. We can have a great match and tell a good story too.
I thought for sure though this was the point where they don't win the titles and then they move up to heavyweight.
That's what I've heard a lot of people saying.
Yet
They thought-
again, incorrect.
Yes.
Incorrect. I think I was like 4 for 9 out of predictions on this show.
Wow,
I
I
didn't-
went for like 2 for 9.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, this is the first one I've done that poorly on. I was just like,
Yeah.
fucking me.
And I was super confident in every prediction except that we'll get to it later. But the Never title, and then I think the Junior were the only two that are like, it's a roll of the dice. Everyone else, I was pretty damn confident. But oh boy,
But yeah, that match was solid. It was a solid starter, and then it just bled right into probably the match of the night, which is the Never 6-man gauntlet.
even like this match wasn't offensively bad. It was
Right.
just long, and it was just kind of there.
And let me tell you,
But yeah,
those titles are hot potatoes.
They
Oh.
mean nothing.
not at
I
all.
like
Absolutely
that
just.
out of nowhere, Zack Sabre just choked out one of the biggest guys in the ring.
Oh, that was awesome.
I was just like, what the fuck is happening?
Who'd he choke out?
Red
Row.
Yeah, he did, didn't
Yeah.
The triangle choke. I was like, wait, what? And then it just kept going down from there.
Played to his strengths. With my the buddy I was watching with is like, imagine like you're Zack Sabre Jr. here, and you're smaller, you got a little bit of speed, but your big hopes are just locking on a hold, and you got big ass Ray Rowe here who's big, he'll knock you out, and he's spry on his feet. So
Right.
he just leaped up there and choked him out. Was it the triangle choke? I think they
Yeah.
used.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that match happened,
hmm
and then Chaos won, and then they lost it the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing else to really
Hot
break
potato.
down.
Trent said he just wished that he could have got a picture with the belt with his dog, but he blew the big one.
That was like, even though these titles don't mean anything, it was pretty cool to see Trent get the win. Like,
Oh yeah, I agree.
continue like his elevation up in the heavyweight division.
After that was it the tag match?
It was,
Or was it Cody?
Ibushi and Cody.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Woo, mama.
Well, apparently Keenan's hard for it.
I love
It
that
was-
match.
It was great, man. It was great.
I thought it was really good. It was the best Cody match I've ever seen.
Yes.
Probably. I mean,
I agree with that 100%.
yeah, and that crossroads from the apron to the floor was fucking brutal.
Juicy. It was juicy.
Oh, that was great.
That was some Juventud Guerrero Super Calo
Oh my
shit.
god.
I like them. They were talking about golden lovers and
You
like.
better
Mhm.
calm that shit down.
I didn't. I
Lee's
didn't
getting
catch
wild.
it. I didn't catch it, but I saw like a little clip or a gif of it, and Cody's like, "Kenny doesn't love you like I do." I'm like, "What the fuck's this about now? Where's this going?"
Seeds
Well, no,
in the
they,
soil,
like,
baby.
uh,
Seeds in the soil.
Kevin Kelly was
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Kevin Kelly was talking about
Are you a broadcast journalist, Keenan?
being,
or are you just a fucking podcaster?
both.
Okay.
Them talking about like him being in the golden lovers, and he hasn't like they used to do that move, the moonsaults to the outside and tandems.
Golden triangle.
Oh,
yeah,
the golden
and then
triangle.
like he's continued to do it, and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
They've just been talking about a little too much.
Calm down. Anyways, yes, that is the best Cody Rhodes, or excuse me, Cody.
Yeah, Cody.
Well,
I love how they
well-
announced it, Cody and Brandy Rhodes, so
Well,
they could get the.
Normally, yeah, that's why that happens like that. He says he
Yeah.
normally has her announce first, so they say Brandy and Cody Rhodes, like they
Yeah.
announce like that, which is at this point I'm digging the Cody name. Like I'm
Just
all caps too. Don't be giving that capital C, lowercase, everything
Nope.
else. Give me the all caps, like
All the
Sonata.
caps, like
American
Evil,
Nightmare
Sonata,
Cody.
Kushida, all
Taka.
caps.
But
Mhm.
I thought this was probably the best Cody match I think I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, I've never really paid attention before, so I'm just going off this.
Yeah.
Actually, I've watched him wrestle Suzuki, and I thought that was garbage.
What did you think of the Long Beach match last year with Okada?
Oh, I thought it was great. I thought
but that's with
I thought this Ibushi match.
that's
was
with a
better.
god.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought
Good.
Ibushi match was better.
Oh,
Didn't
yeah,
he
me
beat?
too.
Did he beat him with the Phoenix Splash?
He did.
Man.
Yeah, he
the
did. He
fastest
did that.
Phoenix
Oh,
Splash.
it's beautiful.
That,
It's like Rich Swan beautiful.
What was
it's-
that knee strike called? The like,
Uh,
Kami Goy or something.
Yeah,
It like translates to like elevation of the like elevating God, like surpassing God,
yeah,
which was awesome because the first time he did it was against Tanahashi,
yep.
and so that just kind of has a double meaning there. But yeah, he hit that to set up the
Let's talk
beautiful
about
Phoenix.
Let's talk about him bumping his forehead off the ground off that crossroads from the apron to the
Oh my
outside.
god, that was brutal.
When it looked
Oof.
awful, whenever they did it live, when it
Mhm.
happened, we were all just like, "Oh my god, Ibushi's back to
I
trying to
like.
kill himself."
I was up there screaming.
And then they slowed it down, and I'm like, "Okay, he got his face out
Yeah,
before
you
it
can see
hit."
that, yeah.
I was like, I mean, he still felt it regardless, but I was just like,
Oh yeah,
"Dude, that
Way
was
to
one
the
of the
left.
sickest fucking moves
He's
I've seen in
never-
a while."
He's never done
was
that
like-
before.
You got to pull him out.
Yeah, even like one of the like best spots all night, even like compared to some of the stuff in the U.S. title match. I mean,
Right. Or that
Yeah.
choke slam to the Young Boys.
we'll
That was sick. Anyways,
get to that.
Coda, god damn, he's so fucking good.
What's next for him? When do you think his next
Yeah.
New Japan appearance? will
Well,
be?
they kept talking
Well,
about.
This next New Japan thing better be Fantastic Mania.
Well, they
Mm.
kept saying that because of those two, like this could be a title contention
Right.
like match. They kept saying that over and
But
over.
for
and
what
over.
title?
Yeah, a lot of times they'll do that. Like if they have a special singles match, they'll kind
Right.
of use it as an unofficial number one contenders match.
Because he did face Tiger Mask. It was
Mhm.
Tiger Mask W
Yeah.
faced Okada.
What does
Yeah.
that have to do with?
That last year that was a special attraction match between him and was it Black Tiger?
That? Yeah.
Oh,
that-
I
and
don't
Oh, I
know.
see what you're saying.
Yeah, so maybe this attraction match, maybe he
You
does
keep
get
acting like they're the same person.
Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
They got a similar move.
Please
set.
I mean, they got a similar
Well,
good-looking body. They
yeah.
they had a similar move set.
One of them looks lost, and the other looks like a tiger. So do
Well,
the
I
math,
couldn't see
Keenan.
the tiger, the McMahon thing. I can't see the eyes.
I can't see his eyes. He's got no soul.
If I could see his eyes, I'd know he's probably lost and
God.
confused too.
Damn it. Anyways, Ibushi's a fucking god. He really is.
He's so
Yeah.
good,
Um,
but he just won't sign.
yeah, whatever. Who cares?
Yeah.
He's having fun.
He's doing his thing. As long as he keeps coming like to Japan, like New Japan, and having big like matches like this, he can do whatever he wants. But it would be nice to kind of see him there permanently, though. on
This
the other hand.
This is definitely up there for match of the night for me. I have.
Oh, really? That high?
Yeah, because I really liked the match, and I liked what seeds were planted for the match.
Are you a match raider at all? Do you throw out snowflakes at matches?
I do not. I will throw out some emojis. I don't know if
Well,
you
I saw that.
That
I saw
is-
the emojis.
that is about what I think of match ratings.
All right.
100%. I know you're probably a match rating guy. That's totally
Well,
fine.
I do it just because
Keep
some
track.
friends I talk to can keep track. Like last year, and I'm doing it again for this year. I had like a whole spreadsheet with everything I would put like at 4 or above.
Right.
If
So-
like I respect somebody, like probably your guys' opinions on like I was like that would be like in my opinion that's a 5. I'd be like, well, I was like that has to be a good match. I was like I need to go watch.
Yeah,
it.
like that's what I'll
It's the
kind of
same
use
thing,
it as. Like some buddies just say, "Hey, I thought it was this," so definitely check it out.
Those are things I would not post on the internet.
I know. That's just a conversation with the three of us.
Now, I would post $6 5 stars, 2 knives, 1 casket, and a bunch of shooting stars.
Well,
And
speaking of
a
internet,
head and a
squirt
plate.
gun. And a
Squirt
cock
gun.
plate.
I'm gonna derail here for a little quick plug. If you go to
Oh.
planetbzk.com, you can see my review of Wrestle Kingdom, which I do post star ratings to the internet, Lee.
Oh, I did see it. You act like
So,
I
yeah.
didn't see it. I did see it. I'm
that was an
watching you.
intentional.
No. Like I said, I don't give a shit that
Yeah,
certain people post things like that.
right.
You know what I mean? But it's when people like I
Get
don't know.
into fucking arguments over it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Especially with like Meltzer.
do.
Oh, yeah.
Meltzer is the
can
star,
rate,
yeah, he's the star
But you know
rater.
what? There is times that I'm just like, I'll watch something, I'll be like, man, I wonder what I will do that. I wonder what Meltzer's going to give this.
Very rarely I think like that. But the only match so far that I'm like that right now is with that Kenny Jericho match. I
Jericho
want to
match.
know
Has
what
he not rated at
I
anything
don't
at
know.
all?
I
No,
don't-
because the Observers come out like on Wednesday or Thursday, so it'll be
this
like
one.
mid-time this week. Yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't go and look for it either. I just wait till some neckbeard posts it online. That's it. Like I just it is what it is to me. Like I get it.
Right.
But when people start arguing with Meltzer about it, I'm just like,
Oh my God.
come on,
His
guys.
responses are
Oh,
incredible, though.
Fucking great.
He just gets all sassy Dave Meltzer.
Like that dude. Stop tweeting at that guy.
If you're going to ask him a serious question because he has so much
You can get him
wrestling
at
knowledge.
meltzer.juno.
Yeah, but he has so much like knowledge about wrestling.
Right.
If you're going to ask him a question, but don't go, well, you know what? If fucking
If it wasn't in a Tokyo Dome.
Braun Strowman and Kane and Brock Lesnar, they deserve a 5.
Yeah, that's 3 of the biggest goddamn big men. But I bet if it was in the Tokyo Dome, Dave, all caps. Lol, look at this snowflake.
Fun, Dave.
Dave. Oh, goddamn, I fucking hate I just, dude, I creep so much now. I don't even use my own Twitter really anymore. I just use the podcast, and I just creep so much. I'm just
creep
like,
on people.
and I write things in my notepad. It's like, this guy is a piece of shit. Don't block him. Favorite everything he does so you can see it. Just get mad. Because blocking people is too easy. I want to hate. I want to hate for real. Anyways, the next match is what I consider. Wow, Keenan.
Sorry.
What I consider someone getting their ass beat. And
Oh,
it's-
boy.
That's the
It was a
IWGP
beating.
tag. Is that the tag match?
Yeah, this is the
Yeah,
tag
yeah,
match.
that's what I thought.
Mhm.
I'm with you. What you said and told me about the match whenever beforehand, that it felt like just all Japan horses.
Oh, just going nuts.
Yeah,
No one in sight was fucking safe.
especially the young boys.
Boys. They took a
R.I.P.
beating.
every. I don't know why they
Lance
had to body
Archer was
slam them so hard.
Throwing them.
Listen, you body slam someone on the floor. I don't care how. Like, if you can put them down lightly, I'm like, ooh, God, that's that's the floor. These assholes are like 6'7", and they picked that one boy up, and he went 10-5 high, and then he went 6'4", bounced off the ground. Like,
He went sailing.
I was just like, good God.
The young boys, the whole card took a
The whole
Oh, they did.
Suzuki Gun should just change their name to Young Boy Killers.
Young boy killers.
Let's give a quick shout out to gang-affiliated Lance Archer. He was in Bloods and Crips the entire night.
Those bandanas.
And he also must have been wearing the tightest pair of FUBUs I've ever seen with 18 bottles of water bottle. 18 water bottles inside.
He just was pulling out of every pocket
Dude, it's
possible.
like trip pants galore, but tight.
And then Davey Boy Smith Jr.
Just dressing like his
Looking like his
yeah,
dad.
Yeah. Dude,
I remember you were like, why the fuck is he dressing like that? And I'm like, that's because that's how his dad looked at one time.
yeah,
Right?
I remember.
I remember that like late '90s run when he came back.
Yeah,
Just
because
would wrestle
Bossman
in the gym.
became a riot cop,
Yeah,
and
which led to the best Hell in a Cell.
Davey Boy Smith just
Undertaker
forgot his ring,
one.
forgot his
Forgot
ring
his
gear.
ring gear. I showed up one day and just stopped giving a shit, basically.
I got jeans, I got boots. Let's go.
and white socks pulled up over my jeans.
That's true street fight fashion right there.
Oh, yeah.
Put your knee pads over your jeans.
Yep.
It was Killer Elite Squad versus Evil and Sonata.
Sonata.
I don't know if you guys know this or not.
All right.
but everything
Yeah, it could be evil.
it's evil.
Everything
At-
is.
At the point of Killer Elite Squad walking down, Lance Archer was evil.
He was.
He
It was almost like felt like a hate crime.
He was. Oh boy.
honestly, whenever he was waterboarding the entire crowd, I felt like, is this a college hazing?
I
feel like it's
spitting it
gonna-
everywhere.
I feel like it's gonna pop up on CNN somewhere, like college hazing gone wrong.
Once again, college hasn't gone too far.
Dude, he's so big.
He is.
You hear
But
me?
I did like
Yeah.
the half band. Julie's like, "What the fuck is that?"
Only thing else. What? God damn it.
Ugh.
What could have topped it off more is if he came out. He came out in a Sons of Anarchy vest,
Oh, Jesus.
like the actual Sons of Anarchy cut and everything, and then down the side, it said "Stay Frosty" for Call of Duty.
A little
Lock
bit
and
of
load.
A little bit of
Oh,
shimpo.
man.
Oh,
When
yeah.
when Sons of Anarchy first came out, and people really didn't know about it, they actually sold the vest,
Oh, really?
and
Oh.
2 guys got murdered by
Oh,
a biker
jeez.
gang
Oh.
because they were wearing those vests and riding bikes, and before they could even tell them it was just a show, they killed them.
Well, nobody murdered him.
That's brutal. Oh
yeah,
man, no, but this match was a really good match. Like my favorite
Speaking of
match
murder,
I've seen in New Japan in quite some time.
Yeah, speaking of murder,
Yeah.
one team murdered the other team for about good 15 minutes.
Oh, at least. Yeah.
Like the choke slam that they gave Evil to the outside on top of the Young Boys and Sonata, I was like, this is fucking rad.
Mm-hmm.
and their move, what's it called?
The killer bomb.
Yeah.
They fucking hit it right away on Evil.
Yeah,
Like,
I
just out of the
was like, is this over?
Well, when they did it to Sonata, he like threw Sonata,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like Davey Boy Smith just drove him down. I was like, boys, you got to stop.
Well, you're literally hurting them out there. You got to protect each other. Come on, brothers.
No, but yeah, this is just a great mixture of like a brawl, a fight, and just big hosses throwing power moves around. It was a great. Yeah, I
Yeah.
loved this match.
I really liked it.
Mhm.
It had everything that I wanted it to have. Just everyone just getting their ass whipped.
And
It was like the perfect amount of time to hit that sweet spot, like just over 15 minutes, something like that. But it wasn't too short, and it didn't drag on.
Let's-
Like really good for that middle of the card.
Sonata has a beautiful
One of the best moonsaults.
moonsault.
Oh, I love it.
Let's give a quick shout out to Evil with his get up walking out to the ring there.
Oh,
The giant staff that he has now, and all the bedazzled upside down crosses he has.
well, my daughter
Looks like
doesn't
he's
like
in Ghost.
skeletons
Yeah.
at all.
Oh yeah.
She doesn't like Nightmare Before Christmas. She doesn't like skeletons in the least little bit. And Evil walked out, and she's like, "I don't like this," and just got up and walked out of the room.
Oh man.
She's 16.
Yeah.
No.
So, but Evil and Sonata won that. I'm really happy about
Yeah, it's tight.
Yeah.
them getting the titles.
Yeah.
Something for Sonata. That's what I love.
Oh yeah.
That's not the Never
Hey,
Six Man.
He's the longest, one of the longest. Well, they are the longest reigning Never Six Man.
6-man with probably the fewest defenses too.
Yeah, that is true. I think they only
Maybe,
defended it twice.
no, yeah, maybe not because so many teams defended it and lost it right away.
Yeah, that's true.
You know.
Uh,
But, yeah.
Well, speaking of Suzuki Goon, next is Suzuki versus Goto.
Oof, another match. that
Another murder.
Fucking, I loved it. Oh, yeah.
Or maybe the Junior was first.
No,
It was-
Junior was right before.
Okay.
Call-
Goto.
Like I said earlier, why didn't
He
somebody
would've
call the
lost-
cops?
If he would have lost his hair, I would have wept.
You would have cried.
He has some good locks
got a
on
mane.
him. He's got
Delicious
he's a
locks.
juicy looking dude. That big power body. He's got a prison body. Like fresh off the block,
Been doing nothing but just
heavy weights.
Prison
What
workout.
the fuck
Heavy-
is cardio?
heavy fucking
Only time I
weights.
run from the cops. Like seriously, he
Ugh.
just has like a 1980s power body,
Mm-hmm.
like Bill Kazmaier and Scott Norton, but just not as big. But yeah, I love
He
Goto.
comes stomping to the
Oh,
fucking
me
ring
too.
like he always does.
I love Goto. Oh, what's that?
Yeah, he's stomping to the ring.
Goto
yeah.
just fucking power walks to the ring just every time.
Brian, did you see his video of him in the waterfall?
Oh yeah, I've seen it, but I just
okay.
thought that when he did the Sasaki paint, I just thought that was like a new addition to it. I had seen it like up until. Yeah.
No, that's forever.
Right.
He needs to get different clothes.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of his attire.
Put some black panties on him. I'd like to see that.
Just some basic black trunks.
Big old body of his. Oiled up.
There we go.
I was real worried that he was actually going to lose his hair because I've seen pictures of him without his hair, and it wouldn't have helped.
Doesn't help him, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite thing about this match though was just you got to see a Suzuki match without the Suzuki gun bullshit,
Right.
like the constant run-ins and.
Yeah, because he told him
tomfoolery.
he was so confident that he could beat him that he was like he would keep them away, and he'd put his hair up.
Yeah, and when they came running down, I was like, oh god, here we go again. But the young boys cut him off, and then Taichi got to the ringside, and here comes Yoshihashi to intercept him, and
Fucking
I like that.
Base
that was
God
great.
himself, Yoshihashi.
Mm-hmm.
That's my
Base
pick.
God.
Um,
But I love this match.
and then he hung him.
The hanging sleeper.
Then he made him pay for Yoshihashi coming out and hung him.
Boy.
And then what's that called? What's his move called?
What he did for the top rope.
Yeah, no, Goto's finisher.
The Gotch pile driver.
No, he does it's the GTR.
Yeah, he does.
Oh,
like
Goto.
the-
Sorry. Yeah, the GTR's sick.
Yeah,
Is that the one where he hits the knee one?
Yeah.
No, that's the Ushigoroshi, the one he did from the top rope.
Yeah.
He did the back of the head to the knee from the top rope. The Ushigoroshi, that was awesome.
That top rope thing really looked like it hurt.
Oh yeah,
100%.
Probably did.
I bet you old man Suzuki was just like, I gotta stop this shit.
Suzuki's neck took a beating between that and that reverse GTR, which always looks awesome, and then that regular GTR that he's been using.
Yeah, I remember the first time he pulled it out when he did it like with the front face lock and then dropped him and then went back over. I was just like, you're killing
That was
these
when he
people.
did it. He did that to Shibata last year. That's how he beat him. He went from the
Straight
front face
down.
lock, and then he brought him back up and turned him around and did it again.
My tears were ready to cry if Shibata came down. That's why when Suzuki came out, I was like, here we go. Here we go.
You're getting ready for the
I like the whole thing is
Yeah.
he set a chair down, and so Suzuki came back
And swatted that
and
chair
swatted
off.
the chair to put down his own chair.
His own chair. That was awesome.
And then the funny thing is he started cutting his hair,
Shaved it, yeah.
and then he realized this is pretty close to the skin anyways, and it's not showing anything. And he just shaved his tail feather stuff off. And he looked more scarier.
Oh my god.
Straight bald head. He looks terrifying.
He looks like
Suzuki.
He looked like Bryan Cranston whenever he lost his hair from Breaking Bad.
Oh.
Breaking Bad.
Yeah, it's just like killing everyone. He is the opposing drug dealer on the block.
He is. He is the double life.
Yeah, he is.
Because when you meet him,
nice
he's
guy.
Nicest guy.
Goes fishing.
And then whenever he gets in the ring, he's a
He
killer.
comes to America and goes to Bass Pro Shop right away.
Yeah. And,
dude, he was
and buys socks.
Yeah. His today's stamps always showing us off his socks.
loves it.
So good. And he loves American pop music.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Well, I like the little things that they were talking about. He said whenever he was going to get into wrestling, he loved that girl.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
That
I never
girl.
knew that.
Yeah, I didn't either. And he said when he heard her sing, he was like, whenever I become a wrestler, she's going to sing my entrance music.
She does.
Oh,
And she
that's a
does.
great song too. Great entrance music.
Oh, dude, when he's like, he starts to clap and he's like telling everybody.
You should watch.
Motions to the crowd. Yeah.
You should watch the DDT empty arena match. He does that the
Are
entire
you
thing,
serious?
clapping his hands, telling the crowd to
That's
get up,
awesome.
and there's no one. And then Aja Kong sings the national anthem, and they start shoving each other, and she gets in the middle while she's like, it's like Roseanne Barr singing it.
Oh man.
It was awful, and she gets in the middle, and she's still singing it, breaking them apart. She's like, it's great.
You should have seen when he did it in America, like that whole thing, especially in Columbus, the whole crowd was just screaming that part.
That's awesome.
So, next match, probably my match of the night for me. I just wanted Hiromu to win so bad.
Oh,
But
so bad. Was it just me, or did he kind of get the geek treatment in this match?
He did.
Like
got it
every
bad.
time he'd come for a big move, like
Yep.
it'd get ducked, he'd get thrown back out of the ring, and then he gets taped to the barricade. And
But I also like that Ospreay won because I think Ospreay is great. A lot of people do not like him, but that was a big thing for Ospreay because he's never pinned.
Right, yeah, I was just gonna
Marty.
say that. Yeah, that was his first win over Marty, which was
In
awesome.
forever, never.
Yeah, anytime those two are in the ring together, I'm totally into it. So
Also,
every time they lock in, it was
somebody
great.
posted on Twitter, and it was like, at this point, I just got to award Marty for not even trying to catch him. And whenever he goes up for the moonsault, there's a still picture of Hiromu and Kushida together, and then Marty's about 6 feet to the left, just not even trying to catch him, and he still falls. He just lays down slowly. Like
I did see that. I think it was Cody posted or somebody posted. It was like the fans have to understand how much
the wings.
that he appreciates.
Oh, he
the
was
fans.
working on that himself. Yeah,
They said it all day. Said he was sitting in the back all day working on those
Setting?
wings.
We're sitting.
Sitting.
Sam.
Satin. He was satin
Yeah,
all day.
He was
that's how
Ryan
Cody
sat in the
posted that.
back.
But that match, I'm with Lee. That was probably my match of the night.
It
That's
wasn't
the match.
mine, but I still loved it.
Man, that was the match I was looking forward to. My only problem with that was the way that it was with Hiromu.
Yeah.
I wanted more, but I did love the 2 power bombs and then Kushida power bombing him.
Oh, Kushida did it to him.
I told Daryl whenever that happened, I was like, Keenan kind of called this, or this was one of the things Keenan wanted. And then when he did it to Marty, Marty's head fucking went through the guardrail. I was like, oh, God almighty.
Man, and he did it with such. I mean, it was fast. Like it
Yeah.
shows how fast he is. It was like 1 power bomb and then
Just
straight
makes-
in the ring and to another one.
Just makes me so much more excited for Fantastic Mania.
Mm.
Because you know Dragon Lee's coming.
Him and Dragon
Oh,
Lee
God.
just.
I hope they have another.
Time to kill each other.
They just have the best chemistry, those two together.
And
They
Tiger
really
Lee
do.
has one of the
Yeah.
best orange
Yeah.
crush bombs
Orange
I've ever
Crush Bomb.
seen.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, like I said, Ospreay ended up winning the match, pinning Marty, which was great.
Did you notice the coupling?
Yeah.
Uh,
Why does everybody point that out? I'm just curious.
It was just like I think it was something that you wouldn't like.
Normally see.
Yeah,
I've
normally
seen
see.
him do that. Seen that before with Osprey.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
loosens the nerve around your muscles.
and it
Looks
gets the blood. It
painful.
like basically gets like
Oh, it's very painful.
brings new blood
Yeah.
to that part, like because it feels. They said it's like old blood setting on your.
Yep, and it
your
flush-
muscles and
it's-
stuff.
It's just the same thing as like rubber band resistance. So it's like tying a limb off for like I did with my knee. I think that's what helped me in my ACL so much because I did it 3 times a day.
Oh wow.
And you tie a rubber band, like a workout rubber band, so they're not like paper rubber bands, above your knee and below your knee, and you let your leg go numb, and then you release them, and it flushes new blood into your joints. So it pushes bad blood that just sits there and allows your joints and muscles to get stronger.
Okay.
So that's really what it does. But dude, everybody was pointing out that was like the one thing. As soon as it came out, they were just I just couldn't get past. Are his lips always purple?
I think
I
so.
didn't even notice that.
I think so.
He's so pale. His lips are purple. Is he
Oh,
dead?
wow. Is he dead?
At first, I thought he was doing an homage to Rocky Horror Picture Show. But then
Was
I
his hair
realized
purple?
it was. But then I realized he's just that pale.
I liked it when he did the
He's-
blonde like Okada.
I did too. I didn't like the purple, but I don't give a shit.
Whatever, you won the match.
Yeah, who cares? And he's more
Joey
rich and all.
Janela was like, "Hey, you could have went higher." I did see
Yeah,
that.
Yeah. That would have been. You should have climbed to the lights. Yeah. Next match. It's right up there with this match for me, honestly, and this is what everyone literally tuned in to watch.
They said 8 to 10,000 new subscribers because of. I
We
know
had-
it was because of this match.
That's about what we have.
Oh, we got the Intercontinental before the
Oh.
US. That was next.
Oh
yeah,
shit!
it was.
I slept
it
right
wasn't
past
because of that.
I was like, what in
Yeah.
the hell are you talking
No,
about?
I mean, that match was good. That's about it for me. I don't know.
Yeah, it was kind of a letdown.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, just because it's Tanahashi at Wrestle Kingdom, you're expecting, something spectacular. And yeah, this was Jay White's, like, this was his biggest match of his career. So you weren't really sure what you were gonna get, because he showed a lot of promise as a young lion. He was really good even then,
Right.
but something just didn't click. I mean, it was good. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed it.
I thought it was good too. It
But
wasn't my favorite, but I held it higher than most.
I don't know if I would have put his first new character outing right out of being going off from a young boy to your excursion,
Right. To
and
Wrestle Kingdom.
to being
You mean like
third from the top.
You mean like Hiromu?
Yeah.
Last year, that worked out for him.
You know what's funny is this year, it's a little fun fact. All of the graduating class of the New Japan Dojo that those guys were in didn't win at all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Shonyo,
They lost the title.
Hiromu, and Jay White didn't win.
Yeah.
So somebody threw that fact out. I was like, oh, that's cool. That's something to never repeat again.
Well, fuck them.
I guess you can say Finley didn't win the
Who gives a shit?
Rambo
about
because
Finley?
he was with them too.
Jeez.
Hey now.
Yeah. God.
It's the tights.
It's all right.
I'm a Finley
It's
fan.
a fucking lot of things.
But the Intercontinental title,
was a
I'm
good
with you.
match.
It was a good match, but
It wasn't like that. Yeah, it wasn't a Tanahashi Wrestle Kingdom match.
Yeah.
Not much else to say.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And I'm a big Jay White guy. I like him.
I did. I liked the knee work a lot though. White just tearing the knee apart of Tanahashi through the whole match. That was good.
now we're on to the match that we
Now
were
we're on
talking
to.
about.
All right. This match was Diamond Dallas Page versus La Parca. I tuned into the wrong station and then had to tune into New Japan World to watch Omega versus
Yeah.
Jericho.
I was on WWE Network.
I was definitely on YouTube.
Yeah.
Wow, this match was fucking.
Mm.
It surpassed everything I thought it was going to be honest.
It did for me too. Yeah, and the more I said on it, like the show overall, the more I loved it. And I haven't watched it back a second time, but I definitely want to go back and watch that again.
Yeah, I haven't either. I do want to see it again.
Judas.
He almost came out and sang it. You know, he was dying to say it.
In his head, he was like, I become.
Everybody keeps saying now that Chris Jericho's the GOAT. But is he wearing that IWGP heavyweight title? I don't think he is, Daddy. You just remember that. I said it. He ain't.
Maybe one day.
Man, no, please don't. Dude, Jericho's killer. Him screaming fuckface at people was great. Him taking the camera
pictures
of him flipping.
Oh
it.
yeah,
And
he was just letting loose, having a fucking great time.
He threw a table over and yelled at Milano Collection, Chono, and the other two guys like, I fucking hate Japan! And
Yeah,
I was just like, oh my God.
calm down, bud.
I was like, this is tight. But did you hear when he put Omega and the Walls of Jericho on the little side there? He's like, how about that, Chono? And I
yeah,
was just like, oh,
calling him out.
Don't do it.
he is an
Watch out now.
established businessman.
And whenever you put what's Red Shoe's son's name?
I don't
I
remember his
can't
name.
think of it. Yeah, he was the young lion. You put the
He put
lion tamer
He put
on.
the old lion tamer on him, and the only thing I could see was his hog.
And he kept telling
man.
Red Shoes, he's like, look at your son.
Look at him.
Look at him.
I was just like, God Almighty, he has lost his motherfucking mind.
He
He
did.
Bruiser Brodied that match.
He did.
He just went
He
in
did.
and just went hog wild.
It was good.
Also, him yelling at Red Shoes whenever he would put Jericho or when he put Omega in the lion tamer, and Omega would grab the ropes, and he'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He'd be like, "It's no DQ, asshole."
right.
Red Shoes added to that.
Oh yeah, Red Shoes.
Yeah.
You know,
He always does,
yeah.
but like
His
he added
reactions are
so much to
perfect.
that
he
match.
only calls the big ones.
He does.
Mhm.
It was like Earl Hebner. WD.
Yeah. And it was like shit started off crazy right away. Like when he threw Jericho over the barricade, and then you could tell he was going to do the spot where he does a springboard and leaps over the barricade. And then
fucking-
Jericho moved, and Omega just went crazy.
Before we get too far, Keenan was right. He called video game entrance. I don't like to say this. Keenan was right.
What game was that?
Destiny.
Is that Destiny? Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I've been hearing, but
A lot of people thought it was Stargate.
I heard that
I could see
too.
the Stargate.
It is. But the gun gave it away. Somebody said. Oh, sorry, I keep cutting you off, Brian. Somebody said.
No, it's like I don't even know Stargate. Like I had no idea that was from Stargate because my buddy's like, "Is that Stargate?" I'm like, "I don't think so."
No,
It's a video game.
it does look like the Pharaoh thing does. Somebody goes, obviously this is from Stargate 1, Season 4. and
Episode.
yeah, and somebody posted a picture of the guy wearing the fucking thing. And I was like, how big of a fucking basement dweller are you that you had that on lock and ready to roll? Like,
You know,
it was my wallpaper.
what I took from it was when Jericho or Omega's hair was like,
Just fucking frizzed out.
you know what he, you know who he looked
Thing.
like? He looked like Ben Stiller from Dodgeball. At the end of it, when his hair's all like pooped out, I was like, "Why the fuck does he look like Ben Stiller?"
I said this, that Kenny Omega at that point.
Do you want his
looked-
bottom on you?
Oh, yeah, all over me. He looks like a guy at that point that would sell weed outside the courthouse.
Yeah. Who wants to buy this weed?
Like,
Who
and-
needs some Kush?
yeah, and just walk up to you real close, like, you want this weed? You want this weed? Like, Jesus Christ. Like, he's also the type of guy that isn't afraid to steal the newspapers off your front porch, that when the guy goes and throws them on there and then comes back and said, hey, I saw who caught him, give me $10, I'll get your stuff back. What I'm talking about is a fucking lunatic.
Oh my god.
He did look.
We got everything in this match.
Oh, we did. It was like it felt like two matches. You had like a crazy brawl fight, and then you towards the end there, they're having like a really good wrestling match too.
Yeah, it was. I
Mhm.
love that match.
And that fucking crowd went insane when he hit the lion salt.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
He even was like smirking. He was just like, oh, you know,
Like,
this
ah, I can still do it. What of it?
this match felt very, very Memphis to me. Very,
Yeah, I've heard a lot of comparisons to that. of
very
Memphis
Memphis
Brawl.
in like the 80s, 90s.
I bet Gato like kind of.
Oh yeah, because that's his like favorite
Oh,
time
yeah.
period. Is that 80s
That's how he
Memphis
looks.
run. Yeah.
Um,
But then towards the end there, like they're actually getting there and wrestling. He had him up for that first one-winged angel, and Jericho rolled right through
it. That was
right
great.
to the walls. That was awesome.
Yeah, because I was
Yeah.
wondering, I was like, Jericho's probably going to do something out of the One Wing Angel. And I was like,
Hmm.
it's kind of weird to do a code breaker out of that. And I didn't even think of rolling right out of
Yeah.
it almost made it feel like he was trying to not use the code breaker as like his finisher, but
He
more
wanted to
like
beat
the
him with
walls of
the-
Jericho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Did he even did he attempt it at all in this match even?
yeah, I think he hit
Yeah.
a code breaker.
Yeah, I
Did
think
he?
he did.
Did he hit one?
Yeah,
An old
Okay, I
fucking
couldn't
poor
remember.
Don Callis.
dead.
He's out.
But he went up for Jericho went up for the lion salt again and got stopped with a chair,
Mm.
and then got the one-winged angel on the chair.
Oh, that was great.
It was awesome. The
And man, he
Really
took it
good.
like a like
the One Wing Angel where he gave it just like Okada. It was like 1, 2,
Oh,
2.5, 2 3/4 hands on the rope, and I was just
Hands on
like,
the rope.
"Fuck you, fucking motherfucker!"
and then he
Those
hit him
moments there.
then he hit him with the chair. He hit it on that chair, and it was like a fucking spike.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was sick. That was such a good match. That's
it
probably.
wasn't. They're just both bloody and bruised by the end of it. Just. Yeah.
I told Keena I think that's one of the best matches I've seen Jericho had since the HBK one.
Oh, the Mania one.
Yeah,
The HBK. Oh yeah, it's definitely up there with that one.
It was like magic. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
was like
Mm-hmm.
maybe they had never wrestled again. Maybe they hadn't gotten the ring or anything
Right.
like that just to fill each other out or whatever. But for that match to happen like
I was
that and
kinda-
them never wrestle,
I was
each other
kind of let
once.
down that I didn't get to hear Fozzy on the way out. Maybe they.
I'm sure.
should've-
I was thinking of you.
Yeah.
Especially he didn't get to sing himself to the ring.
I really wished Omega would have sang Fozzy on the way out.
Oh, you wish Omega would have sang it on the way
Wow,
out.
he's got a beautiful singing voice. Haven't you heard him
you wish
sing
he'd had
Katy
the,
Perry?
the suck me,
I don't think I have.
Oh yeah, we forgot to say the light up jacket.
the light up jack, but it
Yeah,
didn't have the,
say suck me.
it didn't say flash suck,
Oh,
Jesus God.
don't lose him
flash
again.
suck,
Also,
flash
I
me,
think that was
flash suck me together.
I think that was the original jacket too, because it had like some bulbs missing.
Yeah,
Like-
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
we can't get the new one from WWE.
Dom DeLuise.
Deloise.
And then finally, the main event:
This was my match of the night right here.
Goldberg versus the Giant. Yet again, I was
Nope,
on
not that one.
YouTube. I was on YouTube again.
Marufuji versus versus
Versus Don
Naito.
Callis.
Versus
It was
Naito.
Don Callis.
We had Okada
Texas
versus
match.
Naito for the IWGP Heavyweight, and
Mm.
this is what made everyone's neck beard itch the most.
Oof.
Oh, boys, let me just tell you, I thought the match was awesome. and
Yeah.
we all won. That's what
Yeah.
happened. We all won.
It's
was
like
a good
last
game.
year with the Omega and Okada.
We all won.
We all won.
You know what I didn't like? One out of the whole match, one fucking
That
bandit.
Okada won.
No. Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking hate it.
No, the one thing I didn't like.
Is the internet
Shut the fuck up.
coming at you?
Well, I'm good out now.
His fucking pants.
No.
I'm one of the guys that couldn't get past it. But about 10 minutes into the match, I'm like, well, they look okay. And then he
I
stood
didn't
up.
even notice it about 10 minutes into the match. I go, oh, his pants are different.
No, and then when he stood up and did the Rainmaker pose, I went right back to hating it.
You're like, nope.
At least they weren't the
Baggy.
baggy like Marufuji baggy.
They were.
I
They
didn't
went
feel
over
like
the
they
toe
were.
of his pants or of his shoe. Now I liked them because I know what they were the fuck, what's the game, Tekken.
Yeah.
They were the king.
The King ones.
Yeah, that's cool, and I like it. It's totally fine. And then he came out the next day wearing them, and I was like, please.
Is this
Don't
like
want
his
this
new
to be
thing?
It might be. I mean, if so, I
If
just
so,
make them a little tighter, Daddy. But
Just cinch them out around the bottom.
yeah, that's the whole reason why I slept on Marufuji for so long, is because of his stupid pants.
it's like when
Oh.
people go from tights to trunks.
Panties. Yeah. That's
Just
what I
takes a
like.
little adjustment.
I know.
but
I
no.
kind of wish Jericho would have came out in
Long pants.
long
His
pants.
long pants.
Yeah, I did too. And man, I remember that time I was like, he's put on some muscle. Right in the stomach. No. He did put on some body. I mean, you know what I mean? But whatever. Who cares?
Yeah.
He's
Prison
almost
bod.
50. Yeah, no, not yet, but close.
He's older than Tenzon.
Yeah, which
Which is
is
insane. Yeah.
really scary.
Yeah.
Tenzon's got to get on that DDP yoga or something.
Something. But yeah, no, back to this main event. I mean, regardless of the result that, I wanted, I'm not going to sit there and complain saying that LOL Okada wins or now you halted Naito, but it was just fucking from start to finish. I couldn't get enough of this match.
It's a great.
I mean,
match.
through the whole show, I was taking notes, like to have like talking points for doing the podcast. But for this match, I'm like, nope, closing the notebook. I'm 100% in. And no, the whole time I was just
Yeah.
totally invested and totally into it.
The whole thing, Gato there's a plan. There's a
Yeah.
plan for him somewhere. So here's the question. Since Okada won, who's taking that belt?
Oh, it's real easy. I'll tell you who's taking it. Naito.
Naito's taking that belt?
Yeah, at Dominion.
June?
That Dominion, that's what I kind of
Dom-
toying with. Yeah.
And he'll hold it all the way till Wrestle Kingdom.
With Okada winning the G1, then coming for it.
Probably.
And then does Okada
That
win
would
it
be
back or
good.
does Naito retain?
No, Naito has to beat him.
Has to retain.
This
If they don't do that, they could do Kenny
I don't.
beating him for the. Listen, he
I
wins the
know.
G1,
I know what you're gonna say.
and then he beats Naito,
Yeah,
and then somehow, like,
Okada and Omega. 4?
yeah.
No, I don't want that.
Mm.
I don't want that there. I want something else.
I don't want Naito
Some-
and him.
Something juicier.
I always want that.
Something more golden.
I don't like, and I've never been too big of a fan of same people.
You didn't laugh. I was gonna say anal, but go ahead.
Same people
Sorry,
headlining.
Right, I get what you're saying.
I've never been a fan of that. Like,
yeah, I know what
it-
you're saying. But this
right
is,
now we're getting this is the WWE booking that I'm talking about now. It's like Roman Reigns has headlined the past 3 WrestleManias.
I guess. I mean,
Right?
I don't remember. Yeah,
Something like that.
sure. We'll go with that because that sounds right.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
because he's.
I
gonna
think it
head-
was 3, yeah.
Well, it's his
He's
fucking
gonna-
yard, Keenan.
Well, he's going to
so-
headline this year.
He's the big
too.
dog.
Is he? Is he this year?
Yes.
Oh,
He's
dude, I don't
well.
fucking
That's
know.
that's the rumor. He's
Watch
supposed
out.
to headline this year.
Was it the
The
fucking
trash train.
trash trains here? All these hot take
Take that from
garbage
you,
fucking-
Vince.
I don't want Omega to win it. I want Naito to win that. I want Naito Okada again at Wrestle Kingdom, and I want Okada to win it just so I can hear everyone's necks
Everyone
just
cry.
scratching it.
Just like, oh my
You
god.
know what I mean? Like,
So you think Naito at Dominion?
yeah, I think so.
I can see that.
Um,
Naito winning. Is it the New Japan Cup leading up to Dominion?
No,
Uh,
isn't Dominion the
Dominion's the rematch show of Wrestle Kingdom.
the
Right.
What is it, 6 months later?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
Uh,
June. That's in June.
Yeah, I don't remember when.
Man, if
What's
we
the New
get
Japan Cup?
New Beginning? No, New Beginnings.
No,
That's February.
Sakura. It's the Sakura. What was last year's Sakura Genesis?
Oh
'Cause
yeah,
that-
yeah, 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 yeah.
Shibata won it, and then they had it. So I think that's the spring.
Okay.
Their bigger spring show. Yeah.
So Wrestle Kingdom ended, and it was awesome.
It was great.
It was a great show.
In
Loved
the
it.
comparison to last year's, what would you say? Better than? Not as good?
I
Equal
think
to?
I think it was better.
see, I
You-
don't.
I
Oh,
see.
suck me.
Last year, those last 4 matches just kept getting better and better, and like they're the best string of 4 matches that I think I've ever seen.
Right.
Now this year, the highs weren't as high, but this year's undercard was much more solid than last year's undercard.
And that's why I'm saying it. I think it was better because
So,
from start to finish, there was only one match that I was kind of like, and that
Yeah.
was honestly it was Jay White and Tanahashi.
Mm.
Even the Never Six Man was still entertaining
Right?
for what it was.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that Jay White Tanahashi wasn't good because I did like it, but
Yeah.
it was definitely I felt like the weaker of all of them. I feel
Yeah,
like
see,
this total card came off better than that one because there was only 4 matches on that last one that everyone kind of like stuck with.
So yeah, but I think those last 4 matches for me are enough to say I probably enjoyed last year's just a little bit better, just because those last 4. But like you're saying, this year's match to match across the entire card had
Yeah.
the more solid, especially that undercard.
So, New Japan Wrestle Kingdom 12, not 11, is wrapped up in the books. The next day, New Year's Dash. What happens at New
Mhm.
Year's Dash? Well, we'll just give you a little quick rundown. We won't go match for match because I don't fucking know what they are.
No,
I
those
will
are your
s-
basic
A
Cork
lot
and
of
Hall
seeds were
matches.
planted.
Oh yeah, that's the big thing is the seeds planted and programs going forward.
Here is one thing. Kitamura now has the best of 7 trial series.
Hmm
Don't know what that means because they did not explain it. That's
I
all they
think
said.
it's just
He has to face 7 people,
yeah, just like your basic trial series. They were
but he's already lost.
lost
So-
that first one.
So what if he doesn't win?
I don't know.
What?
Is this
What?
are they going to send him out on because he said this year will be his excursion because wasn't he
Right.
saying he's going to go to America? So
Maybe
Well,
if
they
he
do this
wins,
before
he gets to pick the country he goes.
there you
And if he
go.
loses, Gato goes Mexico.
Like everybody else.
Yeah. Guess what? Mexico.
Come on, guy.
No,
you fucking
with other
guy.
long lines, Hanare, he looks like he got a little gimmick and a tire change already.
His name is now. Is it Hanare Loa?
I don't know.
Because that's what he's going by now. He's going as
Well, I didn't,
full on
I didn't hear the
Tongan.
Loa.
Oh, he's a low.
Yeah, that's what at Chris Charlton said.
I didn't catch
Yeah.
that part.
Yep. So yeah, he's full on Tongan. He's got the Tatankan fucking look. Those like
Yeah.
baggy
Yeah.
tights. So he's got that, and I
With
love
the
Hanare.
fringes?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Hanare
See,
is cool.
from New Zealand?
I think he is. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome that he
Yeah.
get to see them.
Oh
progression,
shit!
Like the
I
move
forgot to mention about the New Japan Rambo, about how Gambino came out and everybody was like, "Who in the fuck is this guy?"
The big Gambino, yeah.
Yeah, everybody was like, "Who in the fuck is this dude?" Like no one knew who he was. Apparently, just no one just bothered to research who he was.
Whatever.
And I saw someone say it looked like Scott Norton's younger brother, but when Scott Norton quit wrestling and gave the fuck up. And I was just like, "Oh my god." I was like, but Gambino's tight. He's cool. Like, he's a good wrestler.
Because he's one of the Australian promotions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that one
CW
of the
not
guys at
FCW,
Bullet
but,
Club?
Yeah, he's
From
in Bullet
the-
Club.
Is he?
Yeah.
Weird.
Fale put him in Bullet Club. He wrestled Fale or wrestled with him or something. And I'm pretty
Was he-
sure his name used to be Mr. Juicy.
It was because he was like a primarily like comedic wrestler beforehand. I thought.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So, Kitamura lost to Switchblade.
Mm-hmm.
Really digging Switchblade's music, by the way. I really like it.
Everybody's talking about Osprey's music.
It sucked. It's awful.
I've
It's-
heard. I saw 2 people on Instagram was like, I downloaded.
They're fucking dumb.
I
They
don't
like
remember what
they
either of
like
them
a day
sound
to
like.
remember.
Hell yeah.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah, brother.
Man, I fucking like a day to remember.
Woof.
See?
Big woof.
Woof, says the Juggalo over here.
Hey, bro.
Whoop whoop.
I didn't say woof. I said whoop. Whoop.
Mm.
Anyways, a great match between Show and Yo and Cheeseburger, the Senpai of Love, versus the Elite. What are you doing?
I was checking something.
Oh. That match was actually really good. And go back to what you were talking about, selling of the back.
Yeah,
Matt
carrying over to the next
and
night.
Show were still fucking hurt.
Still selling
They,
it?
Oh, yeah.
they both were limping and they couldn't move. And Nick was like, I got this, guys. Don't worry, I got this. And then like Yo like slapped the shit out of him or something. And he turned around and he like tried tagging Kenny and Matt out.
They
They
both
just jumped
jumped
on
down.
each other like, fuck
Like,
this.
no. Both just selling their injuries from the night before.
But was that? So everybody thought something was going to happen then, and of course nothing did. And then I think the next thing was like a big Bullet Club versus the Good Guys, 8-man tag, you know.
The Taguchi Japan team.
Oh yeah, it was Taguchi Japan with Kushida or with Kota Ibushi, and
Kotobushi,
they win the match. Bullet Club wins the match, and then afterwards, Cody starts to attack Ibushi.
Put the beat down. They're holding him.
They're holding
About
him.
to swing the chair.
Yep, got the chair, and out comes none other than the other Golden Lover himself.
That high pitched like shriek.
Yeah, the
like,
one I did
oh
at
my
Daryl's
gosh.
house.
Oh yeah, I could hear that coming from me.
Dude, I stood
They
up.
were-
I
oh my
fucking
God.
stood up. And
It was nuts.
Daryl was just like, holy shit. He's like, we're going to get it. And then they started shoving each other, and there's obviously dissension. Now, here's
Right.
something that someone tweeted that was in Korakuen, that Ibushi was standing to the side crying.
Oh my gosh!
And I was like, don't fucking do this to me.
Don't do it.
This is the longest fucking... God, it's the longest drama I've ever had in my life to sit through.
They were like planting seeds way back. Was it Ibushi and AJ when they had their title match?
Yep.
When Kenny looked just so uneasy about, he was so concerned, and then after the match when AJ won, he was like kind of nodding, like trying to reassure himself, like, yeah, okay, this is good, right? This is good. Like just trying to reassure himself. Like planting the seeds way back then. It's just been great. Just slowly building up.
So after this, they basically say fuck you to each other, and all of Bullet Club leaves, kind of like scattered. And then Omega says something like, I know what we need to unify us all back together, blah, 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 blah. Switchblade Jay White come out here, and he comes out, gives him the shirt. They hug. Classic. I can't think of classic is like DDP when DDP joined the NWO.
Oh, that NWO.
And he had Scott Hall's arms up.
Yep.
And that's how it is. And then he fucking did the Kiwi cut through thing, and then
He
gave
gives
it
his
to him.
motion.
And
Yeah.
I was like, this is fucking sick.
And why does
Yeah.
Omega constantly sell on his forehead?
Because that's what looks the best.
Just
Make you and I look good.
Spiked him on.
Hey, don't do it
Right
half-assed.
Just go for it. He's dedicated.
So that set up a bunch of shit, and
Mhm.
in the back there was like some press conference stuff. And
Who
Tom-
sent that? What did Brian? Brian, did you send that?
Yeah, because that was like a press conference they had the next day when Jay White, they announced that he had joined Chaos.
No, that's not what I was talking about. I
Oh,
was talking about the press, like the aftermatch press conference. And Thomas said something like,
That's what I mean. Like,
oh
he's
yeah,
like,
like maybe if someone else tried to recruit him.
he's like maybe we had the wrong guy doing it, and then that
Yeah.
just puts like, kick Omega out, give me the Golden Lovers. But before that, make them fight to
Make 'em
almost
fight.
death.
Reunite.
Just
in
give me
place.
Golden Lovers versus Young Bucks.
we also got Suzuki challenging.
Well, what in the hell? Oh yeah, that was the next match.
Yeah.
Suzuki standing over Tanahashi, wanting the belt, looking like a
So-
deranged dog.
You drop one belt and then you challenge for a belt. Like that's a
Drop-
tier up.
Yeah, drop a lower belt, go one up. I love
sense,
this.
Yeah.
So that happened, and he did look like a dog with
Just
mange.
Lunatic.
Yeah, he looked like someone that would just shit in his hand and throw it at you.
Oof. No remorse.
Scary. And then, what seemed to be just a pretty normal Chaos versus LIJ
turned into just
tag match turned into all of LIJ except for Bushi challenging someone for a title.
Yeah.
And
because
Hiromu's going for the light heavyweight.
Yep. And then
Sonata
light
is-
heavyweight.
or junior, whatever. It doesn't fucking
Yeah.
matter. Under 300 pounds.
Under 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Junior.
They're
And then,
they're going
Goto
for the
going
junior.
for the never.
Evil versus
Or,
Goto.
yeah, for the never.
Sonata
Hey,
challenged.
and you know what?
What?
Sign me up for that.
Goto and Evil?
Mhm.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then Sonata challenged Okada, but the best part was Naito was holding his head up.
He's
And he
handing him
just,
right off.
just gave it to
Yep.
him, and he hit him with the TKO. And I was like,
That was
and I told Daryl, I was like, dude, Sonata's finally getting a fucking run. I was like, this is
But
gonna
I
be
did
rad.
see that.
And then we were just like, what's going to happen with what's happening with Naito? What's happening? And we are like, oh shit.
No, I saw that Okada's accepted the challenge.
Right, but that's
he
but
wants
that's
to-
but that's
Okay.
but that's afterwards. And then we're all just like, what the fuck is happening now? And it's like kind of like a shit heel thing. Everybody's like smiling, and then out of fucking nowhere
comes Vince McMahon.
comes basically Jericho coming in, and
Because I asked Lee.
I was
Like a
like, what the
madman.
fuck is that? Because
I asked
thought
Lee.
for
I was
sure
like, "Do you
he
think?"
was
I was
done.
like, "Is he done?" He's like, "Oh yeah, he's done."
See, I felt he had another one in him, and I didn't think it was going to be this soon, though.
Did you guys see that somebody did the SpongeBob thing with it? It was like
I'm an
he
adult.
did
I
a
don't watch that.
Well, he did the whole thing where it's like, "I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm getting on a plane and I'm getting the fuck out of Japan." And then you see somebody put up a sign. It's like 2 hours later,
Oh.
Oh no, I didn't
and
see
it
that.
shows like him attacking Naito.
But he attacked him, and it was fucking solid.
Dude,
It
he was
was
spitting
great.
in his fucking face, and
The best
Then
part
at the-
is he's like gets the chair and he's gonna throw it out, and then he just sits on it.
He
and I was
just
like,
sits there.
you fucking bastard.
and then he said something. He said something to Naito like "fuck you" or "fuck face" or something.
I don't know.
Another fuck face. I don't know.
I bet you that match happens at Strong Style Evolved.
At Long Beach show. Oh yeah, that will just bring out so many more new fans too.
Oh, especially Americans getting to see Chris Jericho not in a WWE somewhere in America.
In a small,
Yeah, it'll be
very
huge.
small arena
It's a
compared to what?
It's a 10,000 seater, but it only seats 7,000. I
7,
guess.
yeah. 'Cause it's
But
quite a
they're-
step up from what they were doing last year. Because I know this is like an actual, like it's like a where the college basketball team plays or something. So there's like the
Oh,
tiered seatings.
It will.
So it won't just
yeah,
be flat.
it will look huge.
Mm-hmm.
It'll look
It'll
like a.
be-
It'll look like a low key Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
Or like NXT Brooklyn, like how big that looked in the
Right.
Barclays Center.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
something like that. Yeah. But after all that, that's when Sonata challenged. Sonata challenged Okada in the back.
Yeah.
Evil challenged Goto. Hiromu challenged
Osprey.
Osprey. Naito.
That match, I'm really
pumped.
out of all of them. That's probably the one I'm gunning for the most. That's gonna be crazy.
Naito accepted Jericho's challenge of whatever.
Whatever, yeah.
And Bushi just walked right past the mic.
Ugh.
Poor dude. Let
Oh,
let that wild dog roll.
And you know what? He's a junior, and that's the bad part. Like
Yeah, he got overshadowed.
because
Yeah.
how good
But
Hiromu is.
Him and Hiromu as a tag team are really good.
They are.
Oh, I'm into that. Yeah.
They're like because they're called like the Dangerous Two,
Yeah.
and they are like sick because they fought Dragon Lee and Teton.
And I
Mhm.
want that again.
Yeah, give it to me again with Barbario Carbonaro.
Just keep adding
That's my
everybody.
dog. The next day, I'm sure everybody saw Jay White join Chaos. He basically
Yep.
told Okada,
man.
I'm just a soldier in the war and don't get too comfortable.
Right.
And then he
He's
also
using it to his
says,
advantage.
yeah, he also said something. He's like, I don't know why all those guys in Bullet Club sit back and let them
Let
let
Kenny
Omega
tell
tell
them
them what
what
to do.
Oh yeah.
I was like, fuck.
Oh, planting the
He's like,
seed
yeah.
again, huh?
I was like, oh, what are you gonna do?
See,
You're gonna make
not
your
only
own
that-
faction?
You saying how come someone in your group has the title? No one ever wants that title. No one wants to go for it.
Right.
So it's more seeds planted.
I'm telling you, Switchblade's taking Ishii.
He's what?
He's taking Ishii. He's taking
Is
Ishii out of Chaos, and he's taking somebody else out of Bullet Club, and it better be the Tokyo Pimp.
Oh no!
No,
Take him out back.
just-
Get rid of him.
No, just change him. Just put like him, Ishii, Tokyo Pimp, and maybe someone else, and just make him more. Well, you can't make Ishii more serious, but
I
No.
got it. Take
into the
Bushi. Take
just
people
one
from,
from each.
from
Yeah.
everything.
That would be sick, though.
That would be.
Yeah, well, way to go. Here we are just e-booking over here because we're
Yeah, there we
big,
go.
giant neckbeards. But yeah, man, what a great week and last couple days of wrestling.
That's how you start a year.
Yep, right off with a big load.
Oh yeah, they always started off with the biggest load possible, and it's a good one.
Then
Brian,
WWE's gonna come in a couple
just
weeks.
Suck it up. Don't worry, 25th anniversary. Who gives a goddamn? I don't.
I'll tell you what, Meltzer didn't even know Jericho was going to do another match because he had been saying that he's like he'll be at that Raw 25 years.
Oh really?
Oh,
Shucks.
That's crazy. 25 years.
Yeah. Oh well. Brian, I want some road report from your show you went to.
Oh, so
with all the animals wrestling each other.
There was a shit ton of animals. So what it is there's a First Wrestling, which is a promotion based out of Minneapolis here, and they primarily run their shows at First Avenue, the music venue nightclub here in town, and they do about twice a year, and it's always a fucking party. It's so much fun. It's some local wrestlers and then some other independent wrestlers. Like this time, Colt Cabana's usually there. We Ethan Page, and we got Shane Strickland this year and Chuck Taylor, and so they always have the matches.
You had some heavy hitters from.
Yeah, it was awesome. And then they usually have a band play too, and it was the punk band from Minneapolis, Off With Their Heads, that played this time. So that was awesome. So it's always music, wrestling, and they usually have burlesque there too. Well, not usually, they always do. So there'll be a few matches. The band will go play a few songs, and then the burlesque dancer will come out, and it's always a wild party.
That sounds
But
awesome.
there were a lot of animals. We had Thunder Frog, Space Monkey, Wildcat, the Ugly Ducklings. I think they're from Sammy Callahan's promotion.
No, they're from North Carolina.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah.
Who else was there?
Airwolf.
Airwolf, who's he's young. I think he's still a teenager. He's from Minnesota here. He went through the training school that Davari and Anderson Kennedy have down in Minneapolis.
Did he do his finisher, that step-in shooting star?
No, what did he do?
What?
You know,
Did he do?
Does he do like the step in like cutters that?
Yeah, where he does that, but he does a shooting star out of it.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah. And he's
No.
he's not that small of a guy either.
No, he's not. So that's why, because last time,
Decent size.
Holy shit! I gotta see that.
Eric Cannon is the guy who puts it all on, and so he came out and said that, Airwolf, there's been times when he's had to leave class early because he's got a test the next morning in high school. This was last year, so I don't know if he's graduated. It's like he's the only minor that's allowed in here because it's an 18+ show. So he's young and he's already showing a whole lot of promise. So
yeah,
that was awesome,
like,
and it's always a fun time. And I brought my wife with me, and we've been together, not married since 2010, but we've been together since 2010, and this is the second wrestling show she's come with me, and the first one was another WrestlePalooza, and she has fun there too. So it's awesome.
It
It's a
just
great
like
time.
madness.
You got to see
It
Ethan
is.
Page, correct?
Ethan Page is insane. I love that guy on the mic. He came out shit talking, saying, "What the fuck is up with Minnesota? All these lumberjack cosplayers out here," and just came into it. It was great.
That might have been
Just
one of the
talking
last
mad
times you
shit.
saw Candice LeRae.
That's what, I was thinking, because people saying she might be going down to NXT, and so Candice LeRae and Chuck Taylor, they had a match, and Chuck Taylor's hilarious. He comes out, my mom always said never lay a hand on a woman. Short pause, but she didn't say shit about my feet, and just runs his boot right into her.
Soul food, baby.
Oh yeah. That was a great time. First Wrestling is what the promotion was, and WrestlePalooza was the event.
Brian sent our group a picture of Thunder Frog on the ropes, which is what I said, hey, get a picture of Thunder Frog, but I wanted Brian to take a picture with him.
You texted that, and he was right behind me, like selling he's got little Thunder Frog buddies that he sells.
That's sick. And
And,
he has that hammer.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So
literally, when I turn around, he had disappeared like the moment before he was there. So I had every intention of taking one to send to you guys, but I missed him by like a second.
Brian sent us this picture, and everybody has their hands in the air.
Oh yeah.
And I noticed that this bar sells tall boys of beer in brown paper bags.
I don't know what that
Glorious.
was, because no one else I saw had a paper bag around their beer.
I
brought
saw
it
that,
with-
and
he
I was
brought
like,
it with him.
what the fuck kind of bar? It says it's beautiful.
It's sponsored by the event is sponsored by PBR and like a local brewery up here.
Holy
so
shit, that is just fucking madness.
those are the beers that are cheap there. And so I mean, you can alcohol plus wrestling fans. That's a scary math equation right there. But I don't know why this one gentleman felt the need to have his beverage in a plastic or in a paper bag.
Yeah, but that's sick. That was the one thing I noticed. First thing I noticed, like, they sell PBR tall boys in plastic or paper bags.
I don't know. Yeah, you zoom. I didn't even notice a paper bag till you had zoomed in on it and sent it back.
Last night I tuned into Twitch and watched Pro Wrestling Revolution out in California. It's a Lucha Libre promotion. This was their first Twitch stream. I guess it's a stream.
Yeah.
And quick shout out to Kevin Gill for giving us a shout out on air.
Yeah, I saw that. That's great.
They have a really good setup there. They have this dude named Ultimo Panda, and dude, it's like the Gangnam Style gimmick, but in a panda outfit, and I loved it. I couldn't get enough of it. But there was this guy named, I think his name was Grappler Number 3, and he was like this heel thing, and the good guys come out to the ring, and then the bad guys come out. He comes out to it, and like you hear Kevin Gill and the other guys speaking, and then out of nowhere it's like, "I am great," and it's like so loud. I think they left the mic on the volume of the ring announcer, and I was crying because it was just like one of those parts when someone gets so loud they just scream. And I was just like, oh, my God, this is fucking
It's like an uncomfortable loud.
Yeah, it was so fucking good. But the show was really cool. They had Solar on there, which was Solar's like a Lucha Libre legend. I actually got to see him in Dayton a couple months back.
Nice.
But it's pretty cool. It's really cool to see how Twitch is associating themselves with wrestling.
Circus, man.
Yeah, because they did a bunch of those Wrestle Circus streams for free, didn't they?
Yeah, and there was a guy on there named Vapor. And his body just looked so much like a friend of mine named Royce, but I'm not for sure that's who that was. But they just look like him. It looked a lot like him. Good looking bod on that guy.
Yeah.
Good looking bod.
Good looking ass on it.
Yeah, good looking ass on him. He's got an ass that can break chopsticks.
He does. Got the miracle ass.
Yeah, well, not Vapor. I don't know. But yeah, if you're looking for wrestling, Twitch is like the new way to go to watch live wrestling.
That's awesome that there's so many new platforms out there. Just
I could see something like your promotion you just went to having a Twitch live stream.
Yeah, I think they do the video, like the MP4 downloads, and I think it's through us. Smart Mark or Spot Monkey, one of the two.
Okay. But yeah.
I think, and Dave Prazak is the one. He's there every time doing commentary for him.
Oh, that's
too.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like, kind of cool thing about this show was it kind of introduced me to some people that I didn't really know, and I don't even want to attempt to say the guy's name, but it's Prosti Irigosu, and Prosti Irigosu essentially stands for like male prostitute, because I had to look it up, and I was just like, this dude, and he looked like a true gigolo. And I fucking loved it. And he wrestled a guy that I think he's in a tag team called the Border Patrol.
Oh boy.
He's in with the son of Trump, Sam Adonis. They're in a team in Mexico called the Border Patrol, and Sam Adonis's moniker is the son of Trump.
Oh man.
Yeah,
he's getting a lot of
heat. Still doing that?
Yeah, he got it. He just got his head shaved because of it. He lost a mask versus hair. And that is Corey Graves' real life brother.
Is it really?
Yeah, I didn't know that. I was like, oh shit, because somebody said, Corey, you better get your brother. I was like, oh shit. So yeah, shout out to Pro Wrestling Revolution, Kevin Gill, all the guys on the show, Mariachi Loco. It was a fun show to watch.
That's awesome.
And what is it? What was the promotion called that you WrestlePalooza?
First Wrestling. So you can look them up like on Twitter and Instagram, but it's F1RST Wrestling, kind of playing off the First Avenue where all their shows are, or most of their shows are held. But yeah, definitely check that out. And they're starting to run some other shows too. Like they've done a couple at VFWs down in Minneapolis area.
And I
So-
know, I know Cannon is a big PBR guy.
Oh God, yeah, he loves it. He's got
Yeah.
a little PBR tattoo on his hand, and
That's actually
So-
how I knew who he was first before he
Oh,
was a
really?
wrestler. Yeah, because how much I would always see wrestlers posting pictures with him, and he had PBR stuff. And I'm like,
oh yeah,
oh, who is this guy? Well, he's a wrestler. He's actually pretty good too. I was like, wow.
yeah, he is, and yeah, he's the one that puts it all on. So that's awesome that we have a local wrestler just bringing out local talent and some heavy hitters in the indie scene. Which
So
is
yeah,
awesome.
that wraps up this wonderful episode. Hope you enjoyed it.
It does.
Hope you
I did.
got your juices juiced. Got you. I don't know what I was gonna say. Just plumbed.
Yep.
Okay, you got your plum. Suck me. You can follow. Oh, you know what, Brian? I am so sorry.
Do you want me to do it myself here?
No, I'm so sorry. I forgot to introduce you as the Memphis Mustache.
Well, you know the mustache is no more.
Nope, you're lying, son of a bitch.
It's back to
You can
back to
follow
the beard.
him on Twitter and Instagram at Ligerbomb.
I like her X bomb.
X-Bomb. Straight
Damn
edge,
it.
straight
Get it
edge.
right.
Ugh. You can follow Keenan on Twitter at StanXHansen. He will not post a thing. Do not follow me. You can follow the
I
podcast.
post a lot more on, but I gotta know ya on Instagram.
Wow.
I gotta know ya.
Cutting edge shit here, Shivani. You can follow the podcast at FNGR Poke of Doom. You can follow us on, that was a Twitter. You can follow us on Instagram at Finger Poke of Doom Podcast. Brian, any last words?
Yeah, one more thing. If you go to planetbzk.com, that's we talked about last week. My buddy's Bang Zoom Kaboom, his store. Well, if you go to planetbzk.com, that's kind of a more like a little review site type thing he's got going up. Where there's some like TV show reviews and movie reviews on there, I think. But I have my review of Wrestle Kingdom 12, as well as a little write up of my top 10 wrestlers of 2017.
Cool.
So if you go check that out, I have absolutely no confidence in my writing skill and think it's shit, but it's something I wanted to do for fun, so I went ahead and do it. So if you go check that out,
It's much like
That'd be cool.
my piece that I wrote about the life and death and life of Jinsei Shinzaki, and some random
Magazine from England.
somebody like that published it.
oh nice,
Yeah, I'll send you the link.
yeah, do that.
It's an in-depth look into the time that Muda killed him and then Undertaker resurrected him.
Yeah,
Brought
to
him
go
back.
through
Oh,
Undertaker
yeah.
and come back.
But
Yeah, and
I'll link.
My plan is to keep doing some more like some reviews of shows and some other column pieces. Just kind of something I'm gonna work on, so
Cool.
I can update everyone as that happens.
I'll put it in the description. Hopefully, I'll spell it correctly.
I'll text it to you.
Yeah, for Brian, somewhere in a state, city, location that starts with M, mustache. Keenan sitting right next to me with a big old hog, and me with a big old bog. We are the Finger Poke of Doom.
Coming at you.
Take it easy.